Good evening, everybody. I hope y'all have been staying cool today.
Make your browser
Ooh,
fast.
I didn't turn the sound off, y'all. Knew I'd always forget something. I like that sound. But I know it hit 100, maybe higher today. I'm not sure. I was just going to look it up and see. I think it got hotter than 100. It may have even been 105. I'm not sure. But it's hot. It's hot in the house. It's hot outside. The AC has been running nonstop. Let's find out exactly what it was today. It hit 100. But I tell you what, it feels like it's hotter. No, it did hit 101. So I was right. It did pass 100 degrees. 101 today. Thank goodness it's only supposed to be 92 tomorrow. And then 89 Saturday. After these hot days, we need it. But then by the end of next week, it's probably going to go right back up. Whew, it has been hot. My plants have been struggling. Let's see if I can find my chat. Oh, we got Uncle BB in the house, Joshua, Jana, Gladys, Dennis, Dennis Coffer, Jennifer Donahue, Dennis, Janine Spurgeon. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get your emails till today, Janine. Sometimes I'm late even checking on my emails to see what I've got. But we got quite a few in the house already. And there's Martha Medina, hello. Linda Miller, Tamara Aimling. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our giveaway tonight. For those of you that may have missed it, I made another plaque. I didn't like the first one I did, so I made another one. And this is the one that I'm giving away tonight. Little Buddy and Lucky, YouTube stars. And I kept calling Matthew William, the one that I sent the other plaque to. I don't know why I kept calling him William. I told him in an email, I said, I guess it's because my older brother's name is William. And for some reason, the William just stuck in my head. And I kept calling or referring to Matthew as William. But it was Matthew that I sent the other plaque to. Yes, and Gladys named Lucky when he first arrived here last year. We were trying to think of a name. And she said, name him Lucky because he's lucky that he found you. So we have Little Buddy and Lucky. Oh, okay. I didn't look at the date on them to see when they were sent, but I said, "Oh my goodness, there's multiple email from Janine, and I haven't even read them, answered them, or anything. And she's gonna think I'm terrible." Yeah, he's lucky. Well, I think somebody put him out here when he was just a kitten. Because he was, I mean, he's only a year old. You could tell he was just a kitten when they put him out. He was probably 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks old, maybe. And I think it was somebody that was probably one of my subscribers or somebody that had been watching my channel, and they saw Lucky, not Lucky, but they saw Little Buddy in my videos, and they said, "Well, hey, Lucky, I mean, this one looks kind of like Little Buddy. He'll probably make a YouTube star too if we put him out here." So before I knew it, I found another little kitten in my yard, and it ended up being Lucky. He's been here ever since. And him and Little Buddy, they kind of fought for attention for a long time. Naturally, Little Buddy didn't like the fact that Lucky was here. It was like two little kids fighting for attention. And now he's kind of resigned to the fact that Lucky's family, Lucky's here. He's accepted him, and now he just pals around with him. I wish it was. Y'all have to forgive me. And we got so much. Oh my goodness. We got so much rain for so long. It made everything grow. It produced tons of mushrooms. And now everything's dried out. All the mushrooms are powder. And it's in the air, and I'm allergic to it, so I'm coughing even worse now. Just from, I know, the mushrooms being out there in the air. What plaques can you do? Well, I've done several. I put pictures of some of my family on different types of plaques and sent them to them for Christmas a couple of times. I've got one of my parents on one. Let me go get it. I'll show it to you. Oh, sorry it took me so long. But I did this one for the fun of it. One Valentine's Day. I guess you can see that. And it's on a thicker piece of wood. It's like a 3/4, 11/32 thickness of wood. It's not the real thin stuff. But I did that for the fun of it, and I've got it on sale on my Poshmark website. Well, thank you, Sue. Yes, Joshua's blind. He can't see, unfortunately. And here's my parents when my dad was still in the Navy. That's when they first got together. That was taken somewhere in New York. Can't see it very well. But my dad's in his white Navy uniform. They were youngins then. I don't know if they were even married at that point, but it's a really old picture. So that's one reason it doesn't come out real clear. It's a really old picture. And I did one of a painting that I did. I don't know if y'all remember when the Passion of the Christ movie came out. It just touched me. I don't know. I couldn't get it out of my mind. And I came home that night. I stayed up all night long painting. And I did touch it up a few days later. But this is the picture that I painted from memory from Passion of the Christ. Again, you can't see the detail very much in the camera, but down here, you can see it. There's a crowd of people kneeling, but it doesn't come out very good in the camera. Terry said it's rainy in Massachusetts. Well, I wish you'd send me some rain. You're kidding? No, I saw the Passion. I don't know what that statement is, Jana, but yeah, I went to see the movie The Passion of the Christ, and it stuck in my head. I couldn't get it out of my head. And the crosses in the background with people on their knees and a couple people standing there. And then I did this one for the fun of it, and I've also got this one for sale on my Poshmark website. It's a hunter's plaque. That's a trophy deer right there. That's one everybody wants to get. He's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points to just one side of his rack. So that's a pretty good sized buck. Thank you, Johnny. But I did different types of plaques like this with family photographs. Like I did one of my brother and his wife, and I'm so glad and now I did that I did send that to him, because I sent it to him, I don't know, it was a few years before she passed away, and she really loved it, and I was so glad I sent it to her. I sent one to my brother in Arkansas that I did for him, a picture of himself on it. I did one for my other brother with him, his wife, and his two daughters in the photo. And I did that on a white background plaque. No, I've not taken artist classes. I think I get my artistry from some of my family. My dad loved to draw, paint. He could paint anything. I mean, he could draw anything. My brother's, my older brother in Arkansas, he draws, he paints. Donnie, the one in North Carolina, he likes to do charcoal drawings. Can I hold the passion of the plaque? Sure. And this is just on scrap wood that I did it. You know, I took a picture of the painting that I did so I could get it down small enough to go on the plaque. You can see Jesus at the bottom in the middle. He's all battered and bruised and bloody. And the one at the top right is where he was, he had fallen to the ground and basically hugging that post, that chopping block they had him almost, I guess, chained to when they were beating him and whipping him. But I had a bunch of scrap wood, and I said, I think they would make good plaques, you know, just to paint them, because they didn't have to look real smooth or anything. I wanted them rustic looking. So I think they turned out real good. Considered it was just scrap wood photographs of painting that I did. And I put it on there. I did a painting of my granddaughter as well when she was just starting to walk. She would pull herself up and she could walk around as long as she was holding on something. I did a painting of her when she was that age, and I made a canvas copy of it and gave it to them for that Christmas. Okay, Johnny, can't you plug your phone in? Because if you're gonna be in the contest, you'll need to answer questions. You'll need to be in the chat to do that. That woman looks like Morticia. She was that's not really hair that's hanging down. It's a headscarf that was black. And this up here was the one that turned into the snake that was in the woods part. You can't see it, but she's got a maggot or whatever coming out of her nose. Don't tell me what prompted me to do that other than the fact that she turned to a snake. But if you can look close, she's got a maggot or a worm coming out of her nose, which is pretty gross. I said, I wonder how many people even notice that when they look at this picture. Yeah, I don't have pictures of the other ones that I did because since I sent them as Christmas presents to my family. Can you do a vintage Halloween plaque? I guess I could. And there's Billie Jean. Hey, Billie Jean. Well, I need the water, but I can't today. I might get out there and put some compost tea on some of my plants tomorrow to get them through to my watering day. I'll see what I can find to do one on, Jana. I don't know what kind of wood I've got left out in the shed. I'll see what I can come up with. You love vintage holiday decorations. And there's Jenny Leggett. Hello, Jenny. Yeah, the little Valentine's one, that's on Poshmark. And the Hunter's plaque, the one with the deer on it, that's on Poshmark website for sale. We have similar plaques. Well, you couldn't buy these because these are my own pictures on them. Can you do a plaque of a starry night sky? I guess I could, but oh my goodness, you're a mother of 7 and a grandmother of 15. And your name is Johnny. And you're the second one I've ever heard or come across that was a female that their name was Johnny, because my sister-in-law that passed away about a year or so ago, her name was Johnny. Linda, let the contest begin before I forget everything. I'm old. Well, I wanted to give people time to get in here. Give them a few more minutes. I always like to give people about at least 30 minutes, for the ones that are running late, or maybe they got busy and, can't get free yet. I hate to get started and then exclude them. So I like to always wait at least 30 minutes and give everybody time to get in here. Well, her parents wanted a boy. They already had the name Johnny picked out. She ended up being a girl. And see, back then, they didn't have the sonograms and all the stuff they have today. So you didn't know what you were going to have until the baby was born. You had to wait till the baby was actually born before you knew if it was a boy or girl. But they had the name Johnny picked out. She ended up being a girl. But they said, by God, she's going to be Johnny. They already had the name picked out, so I might can do one, Joshua. I'll have to check on what I got available to do one. The same way I'll have to check and see what I can come up with for a Halloween, kind of an antique Halloween one. That might be an idea of doing one for Halloween and do a giveaway. And there's Anthony. Hey, Anthony. How are you doing? Well, she was the only one I ever knew that was female and actually had a boy's name. Well, for the most part, everybody just naturally assumes if your name is Johnny, you're a boy. But that's not necessarily true. There's a lot of Johnnies I've found out there that are female. And my sister-in-law was as female as you could get. There was nothing manly or boyish about her at all. Well, that's okay. You be here to answer questions. You may be the one that wins the Lucky and Little Buddy plaque that we're giving away. That's the one we're giving away tonight. Lucky and Little Buddy, YouTube stars. And it's got a ring at the top. It moves, so you can adjust it. Anthony says, Jen, I have no idea. What do you have? I'm as sick. Oh, no. I have allergies. I've been coughing twice as bad today. I get to coughing when I lay down at night because it's gotten dry now. Everything is dried out and turned to powder. Like all the mushrooms that popped up during all the rain, they're powder now. They're in the air, and I'm breathing that, and I'm allergic to the mushrooms. See there, Johnny? That sounds familiar, just like my sister-in-law's parents. She was their only child. They never had another child, and they just knew that she was going to be a boy. For some reason, they just knew in their hearts that they were going to have a boy, and they had the name picked out. And she surprised them. She was a little girl when she was born, but they kept the name. She was Johnny. They called her Johnny for 9 months. Oh no! All you can do is puke and stuff. It's your birthday today, Anthony? There was another person that sent me an email and said it was their birthday today. Was it Linda? And there's MT. Howdy. Who was it that sent me the email saying that they would love to win the plaque of Little Buddy and Lucky, and that it was their birthday today? And they had lost their pet, their fur babies. And there's Connie Hawkins. Oh, it's your birthday. You're 36 today. Well, happy birthday, Anthony. And I'm trying to figure out if the lady that she said her birthday was today was here. Seemed like her name was Linda. I don't know if that's the Linda that's in chat or not. All of you join in and help me sing happy birthday to Anthony. I hope I don't cough. I'll try. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anthony. Happy birthday to you and many more. I think her name was Linda. She sent me and said an email saying that she had lost her fur babies. She'd really love to win the plaque, and it was her birthday. So I don't know. Are you in the chat? The one that sent me the email saying it was your birthday today? If so, we've got 2 people in the chat that have birthdays today. Joshua was singing happy birthday to Anthony. How long have we been on? 28 minutes. We'll give it another minute. 28 minutes and almost 29. It did turn over 29. So one more minute and we'll start asking questions. But I think her name was Linda. She said it was her birthday today and that she would love to win that plaque because she lost her fur babies. Oh, Joshua, talking about parades. I saw the Disney World new parade of lights. I was brushing through TikTok late the other night, and I came across a person that was there, and they were videoing it live. And then the fireworks afterwards. It was amazing. It was amazing, Joshua, that light show at Disneyland or Disney World. I guess it's in California. Joshua said, I wish we got Anthony a birthday parade, could celebrate him. But anyway, happy birthday to the lady that sent me the email. I was hoping she'd be in the live chat tonight. And I think we did have a Linda back in the beginning. I don't know if she's still here. Your mom had 13 children. My dad got a son on the 11th child. Well, my mom and dad tried that, but they were trying for a girl. And I was the only girl they got. I've got 5 brothers and then me. Well, they finally got me. They just gave up. They said, we're not trying anymore. Because if we try again, we're going to get another boy. We just know it. So they stopped when they got me. The music was awesome. It was the new Disney World Starlight Parade that they had. It had already started when I started watching it, but I saw a good bit of it. And then I saw the fireworks after that. Uncle BB said, I saw the 1966 Hillcrest Parade on YouTube. It was awesome. You were 7. Oh, it was a lot of floats, all lit up with lights, and they had all the Disney characters in the parade, you know, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto, Donald Duck. Oh, they just had a ton of stuff. It was awesome, Joshua. I wish so you could have seen it. But the lights were amazing. It had amazing music playing. And it had amazing music playing the whole time they did the fireworks, too. All righty, our first question. And this is from Sunday. No, wait a minute. The one I posted Monday. No, it was from Sunday. What did I bake last Sunday in the live? I baked 2 items. What was it? Y'all remember what I baked? It was pretty huge, Joshua. Pretty good sized parade. Nope, didn't fix no banana bread. Jeannie Leggett got 1. Can you remember what else I cooked in that live? No, I didn't cook banana bread. I didn't cook pineapple upside down cake. Didn't cook eggplant. Can you not plug your battery in? I mean, plug your phone in. I've got mine plugged in now while the camera's running. Well, I told y'all in the live what I baked. Nope, didn't bake muffins. No, you're not blocked, Gladys. Did you guess the answer? Jeannie got both questions right. I cooked a baked potato and brownies. And that's all the answers I can take for that one because I've already told you the answer. But I will put Janine Spurgeon down because she's got P-O-T and brownies, which meant potato and brownies. So I baked a potato. That was my dinner that night. Because remember I said because I'm going to have the oven going anyway, I'm going to pop a potato in there. So let me get their names down. Did not even see that. You didn't see my live from Sunday, Jana? Joshua said, what do you think of that? I like brownies too. Pineapple baked tater, same thing. No, it's not. A pineapple and a baked potato, two different things. Well, I'm sorry you didn't see it Sunday. But all the questions come from Sunday's live up today of whatever I posted from Sunday through this morning, basically. Yeah, I made brownies because I had bought some at General Dollar. I went over there to pick up a couple of things I was out of because it's so close. You know, rather than have to go all the way into town, I just ran across the street to the General Dollar. And I think it was sugar, I don't know what else. Something I needed for a recipe. And I walked by the cake mixes and stuff and just happened to see their sign, 2 for $3, and I looked to see what it was, and it was the brownie mix. So I bought 2 boxes of the brownie mix, and 1 box is what I cooked Sunday, and I added nuts to it. And they're pretty good. They were Betty Crocker. And, you know, Betty Crocker makes a good brownie or cake mix, either one. Uncle BB said crepe Suzettes. I don't think I've ever cooked crepe Suzettes on a video. Yeah, but I said while I had that oven hot, as hot as the weather was, I was going to go ahead and pop me a baked potato in there. It'll take a little longer for the potato, but, you know, since it's going to be hot anyway, I'll go ahead and bake it. It was a good baked potato because I loaded it down. I put bacon and butter and sour cream, chives. Everything I could think of went on that potato. Cheese. And there's Angela Miller. Hello, Angela. Okay, I'm going to ask number 2 question. In the video where I was watering my plants, what did I say I was watering in the raised bed? Did anybody catch that part of the video where I said I was going to water something in the raised bed? What was it? What do I have planted in that raised bed that I said I was going to water? Jana Jacob got it. It was strawberries. Jana's got her name down for the win, so we'll see who gets the most answers correct by the time I run out of questions. It was strawberries. I've got 2 raised beds out there right now full of strawberries. And they're putting out runners, and what I'm going to do is break the runners and root them, and then I'm going to plant the other 2 raised beds I've got out there with strawberries. That'll give me 4 raised beds of strawberries. And I should have me some strawberries to eat next year if they survive through the winter. Did you want flowers? I've watered flowers and I've got flowers in the yard, but I don't know what you mean by do you want flowers? Yeah, Jana already got it right, and I said she was right, so I can't take any more right questions for that one. Jana had already guessed strawberries. She started to write raised bed and then said RAI, strawberries. Way to go, Jana. Tell me about the new Starlight Parade earlier, Angela. She said she loved it. It was beautiful, Joshua. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I can't remember everything that was on the floats, but though every single float was full of all colored lights. That was part of the decoration, was it just multiple tons of lights on every one of the floats. And when it got to the part where Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all the cartoon characters were coming through, they were on these mounds that it looked like half of a beehive, and they were on the top of it, and the whole beehive thing was covered in lights, and it was just motorized going down the street with them sitting on top of it. It looked like they were sitting on a big strawberry, put it that way. Well, it ain't over yet. We got quite a few more questions. So don't give up if you didn't get these questions answered, because you might get more of the rest of them. Gladys put down bacon. Nope, didn't happen to ask anything about bacon yet, so. Okay, in my tired man's dinner video, what did I make for dinner in that video? Who can tell me? Yeah, I made tuna fish, but what was it? Wasn't just tuna fish. Tuna fish sandwich. Jana got that one. Way to go, Jana. Tamara came in with tuna salad, but she came in after Jana had already said tuna fish, so. And you caved and toasted the bread. Yeah, I sure did. I'll give Tamara Ameling a point anyway, because she did guess tuna fish. Joshua said, I'll pass on that one. Mary Jensen came in with tuna salad sandwich. But I already got other people that guessed that. You got it right, but you're a little bit late. Now, I don't know if some of you will get this one right or not, because it's in the video, but I don't know if y'all paid attention. What did I do with the cabbage growing in the buckets in that video? You remember I had cabbages growing in the buckets in that round circle? What did I do with the cabbages in that video? That was part of it. What did I do with some of them? Yeah, I did compost them, but there was some others in that video that were good ones. What did I do with those? Can anybody tell me? I didn't just cut them all off and throw them in the compost. I didn't make anything with them yet. I didn't freeze them. Yeah, I picked them, Anthony. I picked them, and I said I was going to put them in the house, and I'd either cook part of them or make coleslaw or something with them, because some of the little ones were pretty good still. So I saved them. I didn't compost them, but it was getting too hot on them, and the bugs were taking over. So I had to get rid of them because, you just don't usually grow cabbage in the summer. Most people grow cabbages in the fall, in the cooler climate, cooler weather. Gladys said, Dennis, help. And there's Dennis. I didn't throw my cabbages away. The ones that were good, I cut the heads and brought them in the house. And the other ones, I cut the plants and just threw them in the compost. Okay, what did I call? Now, I'm not going to do that because somebody's already popped up with the answer and I didn't ask the question yet. All right, I'll ask this. What did I bake in the last baking video that I posted? What did I bake in the last video that I posted? No, I didn't bake banana bread. No baked Alaska. No pineapple muffins. Y'all didn't watch it. No garlic toast. What kind of bread, Gladys? Thank you, Dennis. I didn't bake stew, Tamara. It was the last video I did any baking in. What did I bake? I didn't bake garlic. Not garlic bread. I know good and well I posted that video. Let me see. I may not have. I may still have it to post. Let me check, y'all. Just wait a minute. I may have jumped the gun. Maybe I didn't post it yet. It might be the one that's coming out in the morning. I may not have posted it. Wouldn't that be something if I'm asking a question on a video that I didn't post yet? That would be hilarious. I haven't posted it yet. No wonder y'all can't answer it. Yeah, I thought I had posted it and I didn't. I had already put the I had already wrote the question down because I was thinking I was going to post that this morning, but I posted a different video this morning. You're right, Tamara. I didn't post the video yet. Shit on shingles. Dennis. Do y'all see Dennis's answer? I glanced at that and it just cracked me up. That's what they say, Dennis. This is my left hand. You see me reversed. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. Yeah, I'm ambidextrous, but I usually write left-handed. He said, let me go back and check. Dennis said shit on shingles. What are you confused about, Jana? Y'all are trying too hard. Wait till I ask the question before you start answering. And that was my fault. I asked a question on a video that I haven't posted yet. It's going to go out in the morning. You have all 5 grandkids tonight. We loved you in your community. Well, thank you. Hello, grandkids. Hello, Brooke. Yeah, I think the Disney World Castle is really beautiful. Linda, I've had a glass of wine. You're excused, Janet. All right. In the video, in what I did with all the vegetables, what did I do with all the vegetables I gathered out of the garden? What did I make with them? What kind of soup? Y'all are just saying soup. I want what I called it. What did I call it? I'll give Jeannie a point for that, but I want the name of it. Tamara Amelin, you're wonderful. One pot meal hamburger soup. Yeah, I either called it a one pot meal hamburger soup or hamburger stew. It was almost like more like a stew because it was really thick. So Tamara Amelin got that. Yeah, it was hamburger stew or hamburger soup that I was looking for. But I did say it was a one pot meal, but I was looking for the name of what I called it, which was I always called it hamburger soup or hamburger stew. It was a Vita meat Avagaman. Gammon. I'm leaving on the train to the moon. It was not goulash. It was hamburger soup or hamburger stew. It looked more like a stew than soup because mine was real thick. I don't like it real soupy and watery. Usually if my soups are real watery, I'll break up with so many crackers in it that it's not soupy anymore. I can't believe I asked the question on the one that I had not even posted yet. Well, right now, let's see. Jeannie Leggett has 2. Janine Spurgeon has 2. Jana Jacob 2, Tamara Aimling 3, Gladys 1, Anthony 1, and Jenny Leggett 1. So it looks like Tamara Aimling is the winner. I've run out of questions since I can't ask that one on a video that I haven't posted yet. Oh, yeah, I was going to post that this morning, and I went ahead and posted a different one instead. Yeah, well, the closest parade we have to the Disney World nighttime parade, or Night of Lights parade, whatever they called it, is our Christmas parade. And they do that after dark, and all the floats are all lit up with Christmas lights and stuff like that. Dennis said he's just getting started. Janice says no. I got to think of some more questions. If we got to. I don't like the way some of the questions went. In that video where I was trimming the tree limbs and the brush and stuff like that, where was mostly I trimming stuff? Where was I at? Well, thank you, Dennis. You know where. Down the street. Yep. I know I was outside, but I was out like in the front yard to one side where I was first cutting the most underbrush and stuff. Where was I? You can look all around me and see where I was. On the earth. What spot in the yard was I at, y'all? Yeah, I was over to the left, but what is over to the left? You stuck with me because the birds were so sweet. It was Tamara Douglas got it. It was the rock bed, the rock garden, to the left in the front. Tamara Douglas got the point for that. So now we got another one with 1 point. It was that big rock garden, to the front of the yard, to the left of the carport. All right, I'm going to see how many of you noticed what I did in that hamburger soup or stew video. And I did it purposely because that was one of the questions I was going to ask. I want to see how close you paid attention to what I put in that soup, that stew. I couldn't find a can of green beans, and I didn't have green beans in the garden. I just had that handful of foot-long beans that I broke up and put in there. But I had a few in the refrigerator already in the vegetable bin. What did I take out that was in a little plastic baggie that I put in my stew, my hamburger stew? What kind of bean was that? Tomato's not a bean. Okra's not a bean. Tomato's not a bean. Spinach is not a bean. I put cream corn in it, but I put something else that you don't usually put in something like that. No coffee bean, no broccoli baked beans, celery. I did put celery in there. It wasn't green beans, not butter beans. No, it was some kind of bean or pea. What was it? I told you what it was in the video. Yeah, I do. It gets kind of hot out there trying to deal with the garden this time of summer, though. No, I didn't put no sweet tater in there. No pinto beans. And it wasn't lima beans. I could have swore I had a can of green beans that I was going to put in there, but evidently I didn't. No, I didn't put Boston baked beans, northern beans. But it was some peas I got out of the garden. I had a little baggie with them. That's close, Gladys, but it wasn't sweet peas. There's another name for them, and I told you in the video. They are a sweet pea, but it's called something else. Not string beans. Not sugar snap peas. Not English pea. Not walking beans. And I'll have to tell you the truth, I fished them out later because I knew the hulls wouldn't get cooked. But I put them in there just so I could ask a question on that, to see if y'all were paying attention to what kind of peas it was. I didn't put fish in my stew. It was hamburger stew. Y'all have named about every kind of pea going except the one that it was. I had just a little bit of these peas growing in the garden before it got so hot. And I picked them and put them in that little baggie and threw them in the vegetable bin, and I said, I'll do something with them. And not green peas, not black-eyed peas, no. Y'all are naming every kind of pea except the white one. Not purple, not chowder peas, not sugar peas. Somebody already said sugar pea. It's the kind of peas that a lot of people put in those salads. Pot peas in a pot 9 days old. No, not white pea, not peanuts. Y'all, come on. Not an English pea, not chickpeas, not peanut butter. I can tell y'all don't eat many of these type of peas or you would know the name. Not Spanish, not lima beans. Tamara Douglas got it. It was a snow pea. Now I got Tamara Douglas, Jeannie Leggett, and Janine Spurgeon all with 2 answers correct. Because they got 2 in the first question they answered. I got to keep coming up with questions because I got to get it down to 1 winner. I can't have 3 winners. I can't divide that plaque up into 3. Yeah, I know, Dennis. You probably are so busy posting your own videos you don't have time to watch mine. I mean, I know how that goes. Dennis said jelly beans. No, it wasn't jelly beans, but I wish I had some right now. I love jelly beans. Can I pledge? How about your clothes? Tamara, take a ciggy break, honey. Next question, what are you wearing? What, you want my clothes? I can't give you my clothes. We're going to have a tiebreaker because I got 4, let's see. Tamara Ameling has 3. So right now, Tamara Ameling is the leader, and then I've got Janine and Jenny and Tamara Douglas with 2 right. Jana Jacob with 2 right. And then the rest has got 1 right. So it looks like Tamara Ameling has won. I don't have any more questions unless I just make some up. Uncle BB's telling Tamara to take a ciggy break. Gladys said she's going to go sleep under a rock. No, you don't want to do that. Now, how did Tamara cheat, Dennis? There's no way anybody could cheat on this. You either knew the answer or you didn't, or you just guessed it right. Gladys only got 1 correct. She didn't win. I mean, Tamara Ameling is the winner right now. Yeah, since I've run out of questions and Tamara's got 3 correct answers, we're going to have to go with Tamara Ameling. Way to go, Tamara. You get the Little Buddy and Lucky plaque. I hope you enjoy it. Were you going to move a plant? Yeah, I was going to remove that rosemary plant, and I still haven't done it. It's still right where it is. It's struggling because it does not like this hot sun. And where it's in the yard, it's in the hot sun basically all day long. Or from like 10 or 11 o'clock on, it's in the hot sun. And it's surviving as long as I can keep water to it, but it don't like the sun. No, the first one I didn't like the way it looked. And I did this one. You know, I couldn't sleep that night, and I stayed up all night doing this one. And I like this one a lot better. Yeah, I've already stripped down that piece of wood, and I'm going to put some other picture or something on it. No, the plant. No, I haven't moved the plant. I was going to move the rosemary bush. I think it was rosemary. Is that what it was? They tell me they get about 5 or 6 foot tall, and I didn't really think it was going to survive, but it has. It survived over the winter, and it came back this year. The plaque, I've got my initials on the back of it right there. It's got LH, and it's got 7-25 for July 2025. And I've already got Tamara Ameling's address, so. Maybe the next one I'll do one on Starry Night Sky or something like Joshua was talking about. Or I'll do something like Jana. I think it was Jana mentioned doing a vintage type Halloween, spooky Halloween plaque or something. I don't know. We'll see. I did one for my my son and his wife, and it looked really old because the picture is not real clear and in detail. It looks like it's been there for many years, and it looked kind of old and vintage because it was, well, you'd have to see it. It's hard to explain it. If you don't hold it just right to the light, you can't really see the picture either. But the picture's there. Gladys is telling Dennis to go on tonight. I don't know, what other kind of plaques would y'all like to win, to do and have a contest on like we just did? Matthew sent me an email and he said he loved the plaque I sent him of Little Buddy, but I mean Lucky, but I had already told him that I did another one I was going to send him because I really didn't like the way that one had turned out. But he said he loved it. I don't know, Dennis, what did you win? I don't know. What did I win? Did I win $1 million? Oh, y'all, I got several calls. Finally, I called the number back because we kept missing one another. They called back. I didn't get the phone call. So I called him back, and he finally answered when I called. And he said I'd won 7-point-some odd $million in this sweepstakes, and wanting to know if I got my email. And I said, well, I haven't had time to check my email. Oh, he said, oh, well, you need to go check your email because you've got to fill out stuff and this, that, and the other. But I told him, I said, well, you said I won a check of 7-point-some odd $1 million. I said, if it's in a check, just send it to me. You don't need me to go check an email. Oh, okay, well, we'll make arrangements to get that sent out to you and blah, 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 blah. And he hung up. It was a scam. I think what it was is they were trying to make me think I had won all this money to answer in that email and give me all my account information, and they were probably going to clean my account out. But I don't give out my account information to people like that. Yeah, he said, well, there was a picture of the check that you won in that email. I said, oh, okay, good. I said, if it's a check, just mail it to me. I said, you can send it certified or registered mail. Send it to me. He says, okay, we'll do that. We'll make arrangements to bypass the email and do that. You know good well he's not going to send me no $7 million check. It was a scam. Linda, come on, my love, tonight with my grandkids and Gladys. We'll see. Yes, it does. Disney Starlight does sound real good. A friend at work who sells, since he just had something similar happen. Yeah, I get all these emails all the time where I've won $5,000, $7,000. And the first thing they want you to do is click on this link, fill out your bank information, and they're going to deposit the money. They're not going to deposit nothing in your account. I'll guarantee you that. If they do anything, they're going to withdraw every dime you got in there. And I don't give my account information out. I know they're all scams. And I said, if that 7-point-some odd $1 million was in a check form, they could mail it to me, certified, registered mail. Do a picture of beaches? Well, I could do that too. You heard music for it and it sounds cool, like you said, electronic and orchestrated or something, yeah. Yeah, I'm just getting some ideas. We'll see. I'll have to check and see what I could come up with on a Halloween one, and see what I come up with on beaches. Right. They'll all tell you won. You were the grand prize winner when most of the time you didn't even enter the contest. So how could you be the winner? Anthony said I dropped the glass. And you know what they say? If it sounds too good to be true, that's usually right. It's not true. It's a scam. Halloween 1930 vintage. Okay, I'll check that out. Let me write it down. 1930. And we got beaches and night stars. That's 3 ideas. We'll see what I can come up with. Oh, Anthony's telling Dennis no ghost anymore, I hope. Well, let's hope not. This is iced coffee, y'all. I couldn't drink any hot right now. It's too hot. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out for Halloween 1930 vintage. See what I can come up with, something like that. Linda, I received a call saying I won a car. I said, keep it. I can't walk. You couldn't get to the car, right? Anthony's ghost went to Dennis's house. Oh, no. Yeah, Anthony told Dennis he could have them. You can have them. Have all those ghosts. Yeah, the strangest email I ever got in my life was one where they sent me an email and it appeared to be from Capital One. But I knew it wasn't true the minute I read the email. They said that your charge has been denied because of your credit balance, your limit. You need to call Capital One and make arrangements to raise your limit that you can charge. Because they said I went to try to buy this car. They told the name of the car. It was a used car. And I was going to pay $7,000 something for this car. First of all, I never went looking to buy a used car. And if I was going to buy a car, I wouldn't buy a used one for $7,000 and take over somebody else's headaches. I'd go buy a new one that was under warranty so I didn't have to worry about fixing it. So I knew right there, all that was a lie. That was a scam. They were trying to charge on my card, and they couldn't charge the $7,000 because my limit wasn't that high. And I purposely kept my limit low to where if that happened, they wouldn't let them charge. I mean, it's a good idea to have several different credit cards and have low limits on them to where if anybody tried to charge a $7,000 car, that the charge wouldn't go through. It'd be declined because you don't have that much of a credit limit on it. And I said, I do it purposely. My son said, well, we finally got us one with an unlimited balance. I said, yeah, I used to have them. I don't want an unlimited balance on the credit card ever again. I want one with low balances so nobody can just clean me out. Dennis said, I get every credit card, max them out, and then change my number. There's people on YouTube that can shut down scam caller centers. I didn't know that. Fun night. Have a good night, everyone. Okay, Jan, if you're leaving us, you have a great night. I just delete their emails out and go about my business. I don't even worry about them. I mean, I get probably 10 emails a day saying you won $5,000, you won $7,000, you need to claim your prize. And it's all scams. If I won $5,000, they need to just send it to me. They can send me a cashier's check. They don't need my bank account. Don't need my bank account at all. And night, Jana, don't let the bed bugs bite. She's been drinking. She's probably a little sleepy. Sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Anthony said, I will see you later, be back later. Well, we may not be here. I don't know. Just depends on how many people stay here wanting to chat. If I won $1 million, I would get hit by a bus tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That poor man that used to live across the street, he'd won the lottery, I know, 3 times. He won like several $1 million one time. He won like 12 million one time. He won like, I don't know, 3 million one time. And then they found him dead on his porch. So even though he had all that money, it didn't help him. He must have had some kind of heart problem or something. Someone get rid of Gazette, or whatever that is. Thank you. Yeah, I saw that, Angela. Somebody just got rid of him, though, whoever it was. One of my moderators, good, Dennis. Like the bitch. Yeah, we didn't even get a troll in here last time we had a live. Sunday, I don't think we had a troll at all. Yeah, it's pure nasty. Oh, I had a little visitor show up on my porch last night, and I didn't have my camera out there, so I didn't get a picture of him. If I'd have thought quick enough, I'd have slowly, quietly closed the door, grabbed the camera, and then went back out there because he'd have been there. I had a possum come up on my porch, and my cats didn't let me know he was there. It's like they made friends with this little guy. He comes up to eat their cat food if there's any left in the bowl. And I opened the door. I don't even remember what I opened the door for, but there he was. I had the porch light on. He turned and he looked up at me, and the cats looked up at me like, here we are. And usually the cats will have a fit. If a raccoon or a possum comes up in the yard trying to get their food, they're meowing and growling and making all kind of racket out there. They treated him like he was one of the family last night. They didn't meow at him. They didn't growl at him. Not one word. Yeah. They look up at me like, oops, we're caught. And the possum right there between them. It's like, okay, what's going on? I gotta get another cough drop, y'all. Yeah, okay. I don't need possums out here, though. I've had possums come up here ever since I've lived in this house for many, many years. I've had possums, raccoons, skunks. I've had skunks come up on the porch after their food. Thank goodness they didn't spray. But usually when I step out on the porch, they take off. But you know, the skunks are pretty. They're pretty creatures, but oh my God, do they smell bad when they do spray. I am not cleaning no possum. I'll pass. I don't think I want to kill and clean and cook a possum. He might be back out there tonight. If he does, I'll keep checking tonight, and I'll make sure I don't open the door till I know whether he's out there or not. And if he is, I'll have my camera out there. Maybe I can get him on video. He wasn't a very big one, so he was probably a real young possum. Possum stew for supper tomorrow. I don't think so. I don't want possum stew. Yeah, I get armadillos that come in my yard, possums, skunks, raccoons. I got tons of squirrels around here. Well, they're pretty much harmless creatures, but they will get under your house and have families under your house, and it can cause fleas. And usually you can't get rid of the fleas until you get rid of the possum. At least keep them out from under your house. Yeah, but we're not supposed to shoot firearms in this subdivision, Anthony. I'd get in trouble. Even though I've heard other people shooting guns, they're not supposed to. Possum make good target practice. You do when you see a snake, yeah. Well, I don't usually see snakes around here. I haven't seen a snake here in many years. I think all the noise and the commotion, the house building, and the traffic keeps the snakes away. Your grandkids have pellet guns. You don't have any problems with animals. They probably use them for target practice, don't they? Oh, wow, Joshua, that sounds awesome. She was sweet, never bothered the kitties. Well, like I said, I was surprised because usually if a raccoon or a possum or anything comes up on the porch, those two cats will go crazy. And they treated this one like he belonged there just like they did. They didn't growl or make a sound at all. Your grandkids love fried rattlesnake? Well, they say it tastes like chicken. I think everything tastes like chicken. Frog legs taste like chicken. About 51 on here. Chicken, yeah, chicken tastes like chicken. Hopefully it does anyway. unless it's imitation chicken. Yep, that's right, Joshua. Watching parades are cool anytime, nighttime or day. Alligator kebabs are good. Now, I've eaten alligator because there used to be a restaurant. I don't know if it's still there in Fort Worth that we went to one time. Well, we went there a couple times. It was like a Cajun restaurant, and they have this big platter, and they put fried alligator, fried octopus, fried shrimp, fried all kind of animals, parts and fish, with potatoes and all kind of stuff, and they just pile it on this great big old platter. So I've eaten the alligator, and it was pretty good. And the way they fixed it, the fried octopus was pretty good because it was crunchy like, all the other fried stuff. The only time I didn't like the octopus when I ate it was at that restaurant where they had a wide strip of it, and it was about that long, but it was about an inch wide, and they battered and fried it. You couldn't chew it up. You couldn't even bite through it. It was like chewing rubber. And I said, I never want any of that again. You're a Florida native. Gator meat's delicious. Alligator and chicken. Well, those alligators probably have eaten a many a chicken. Maybe that's why their meat tastes like chicken. You never know. Do I like the blue ferry boat? I don't know. I've never seen the blue ferry boat float, Joshua. Oh, years ago when I first moved here, the only time I saw a snake was out on the street, and it was usually dead, where a car had run over it. And it usually was a water moccasin, or what was the other one? I don't know if we had any rattlesnakes, but I know I saw water moccasins dead on the street. But then as the years went by, we had so much traffic out here, so many people moving in. I don't even see dead ones on the street anymore. Now, I've heard people down way below me where it's wetter around their property. They see snakes. But I don't get them up here anymore. Yeah, just like frogs and squirrels taste like chicken. Well, I've eaten squirrels and I've eaten frog legs. And I must say they're pretty tasty. I'll never eat any more, though, because I'm not going to go frog gigging and I'm not going to be shooting squirrels, so. With the price of red meat, I probably taste like chicken. Gators like old slop people. Slow like me. Hold on, I hear the ice cream man. Even my eyes are tearing up. They started tearing up real bad these last few days. And I've been using my eye drops, but they help, but they're still, it's like I'm crying. I don't know. It was a lot of different fireworks, Joshua. Some they shot straight up in the air in like rows of just straight fireworks that went straight up and then burst open at the top. Some of them was just one great big burst that burst open and covered the whole sky in multiple colors. Some shot up and went over like a rainbow, kind of like a half moon. The grand finale was pretty good. They had just multiple different big fireworks exploding all at one time. It just lit up the whole sky in all different colors, all different color, bright colors. But they say they have that parade like, I don't know if they have it every night or not. If it's only on certain nights they have that night parade. They always have fireworks after the parade's over. I did hear them say that. Well, it was multiple different fireworks that they did all at one time, Joshua. They were shooting them up from all different directions and all toward the center. And they just burst open and filled the sky with different colors. And there was just multiple ones, just one right after the other. It was pretty awesome. That's what you call Disney magic. Yep, at Disneyland or Disney World, I don't know, wherever that was in Florida, California. I think that's where it was in California that they had it. I don't know. It may have been Florida. Yeah, the grand finale. They call it the grand finale, Joshua. I've got 49 people in chat. Watching right now. That's not too bad. Yeah, they got them all synchronized to music, Joshua. I like the fireworks in Florida when the space shuttle landed. That's probably pretty awesome too. Angela said, do you like to snack at night, Linda? Well, I know I shouldn't, but sometimes if I get hungry before I go to bed, I'll eat a little something just so my stomach's not growling. I didn't get all pretty for anybody. It's just been a hot day and I just jumped in the shower, shampooed my hair, and put on some clean clothes. I didn't get all gussied up for anybody, really. My hair is not even completely dry yet. That's one reason it's down. Here in Texas in this dry heat, my hair straightens out a little bit because my hair is naturally curly. But I can go back home in North Carolina and my hair curls up a lot more than it does here. Oh, really, Joshua? I didn't know it was called the Happy Ever After. They were pretty high, Joshua. I don't know how high they were. They were above the buildings in Disneyland or Disney World, wherever that was. Well, thank you, Angela. She says I look pretty in pink. Dennis said, I got all dressed up for this. I want you to know that, Linda. Well, good, Dennis. Well, thank you, Angela. I think I like the pinks and the oranges And maybe the yellows that I wear sometimes will look best on me, depending on the light. They put a little bit more color in my skin anyway. They do it every night, by the way. I don't know. But I did know that they said that they always have the fireworks after the parade. And I didn't remember if they said they did the parade every night or not. I know at Six Flags over Texas here in Texas, they have the light parade every night that Six Flags is open. Right at closing time, they have the night parade. That's the end of the night in Six Flags is their light parade. My AC unit finally cut off, y'all. I just heard the compressor cut off. And a big Panama and a purple hat band. Tan shoes and pink shoelaces. We got Quill in the house. I like mine well done too, Quill. I don't like it when you cut it open and it's like red blood coming out of it. I can't eat it. That's raw meat to me. I can't eat raw meat. I never could eat it that way. But I know a lot of people that love to eat steak. They barely singe it on the outside and they're ready to eat it. They cut it open and it's rare inside. I cannot eat it that way. Rare is the best. Yeah, I can't eat it rare. It's like eating raw meat. Now, if it's just a tiny, tiny bit pink inside, that's okay. But I pretty much like it well done. And I know a lot of people don't like steak well done because they say it gets tough. My favorite Connie Francis did. I mean, she died. Yeah, a lot of the really good singers and actors and actresses are gone now. Just like Ozzy, poor man, he just died. All the money that man has made in his lifetime, and it, you know, you can't take it with you, and it's not going to keep you here if it's your time. Yeah, I can't eat a steak if it's mooing or if it's just off the chopping block. I want it cooked. Yeah, he was a bat eater. I'll never forget that where he bit the head off of a bat. That was so gross. It's 'cause they ate well done meat go rare. Mm-mm. And the best prime rib I ever ate in my life, usually I don't want prime rib, but I got prime rib one time. And then I asked the waiter that brought it to the table, I said, can I ask you no, can I request something? And he said, what? What do you need? I said, you have like a grill where you cook all this meat on, don't you? He said, yeah, we grill all night. I said, well, will you mind taking my prime rib and and throwing it on your grill and just kind of brown it on each side? Don't have to leave it on there long, just a couple of minutes each side, and just kind of brown the outside and then bring it back to me. I said, that's the way I love it. He said, sure, anything you want. He took it out. He did exactly what I wanted, brought it back. Oh my God, if you have not tried prime rib like that, you don't know what you're missing. Prime rib is good, but it's so much better. It is so much better if they'll brown it on the grill on each side. Just leave it on there a couple of minutes each side. And it makes a world of difference in the taste of that meat. And my son-in-law didn't believe me because I took him out to Christmas dinner one year, and me and my son ordered prime rib. And that's what I intended to request that night. And I asked the waiter, I said, will you mind taking my prime rib and just throwing it on your grill and leave it a couple of minutes on each side and then bringing it back to me? Ma'am, that is cooked meat. We don't need to cook it anymore. We know how to cook prime rib. I said, I agree. I know you do. But I like mine to be put back on the grill and just browned a little bit on each side. It makes a world of difference to me. Do you know he refused to do it? So here we are, my son and myself, with prime rib, wanting it grilled just a little bit on the outside, just enough to make it a little brown and crispy on the outside. And he refused. We're customers. You don't treat customers that way. I should have asked to speak to his manager and turned him in, but I didn't. I let it go. But that ruined my Christmas dinner. And it ruined my son's Christmas dinner because we had to eat the prime rib like it was, as much as it cost. But I guess what? I never went back there again, and I never intend to. And it was, what was the name of that place? I don't even remember, but I refused to go back, and I never went back. I said, that's the last time I'll ever come into this restaurant. Because you don't treat your paying customers that way, you know. And I had a whole table full of people. And I was paying for it, you know. He should have obliged me and taken our prime rib and put it on the grill like I requested and did what I wanted and then brought it back to me. He would have had no problem. What do y'all think about that? Come see us, but not until Linda's done. And there's Alfonso. Hello, Alfonso. It's been ages since I've seen you. Yeah, I've had a fantastic day. It's been a hot one. It was 101 degrees here today. So there's not much you wanted to do outside. Yeah, that's what I say, Angela. You know, that was not a big request. They already had the grill going. They keep it going to keep cook other customers' food on it. That was not a very big request to ask him to take those prime ribs and throw them on the grill and just leave them on each side for a couple of minutes and then bring them to me. I don't think that was a big request at all. But I told him, I said, I know they're cooked, but I like mine like this, but I like it put back on the grill and just browned on each side a little bit. It makes the world of difference in the flavor and of this, the whole idea of eating this prime rib. It makes a world of difference. And he refused to do it. I should have refused to pay the bills, what I should have done. Oh, hell no. Excuse my language. He did not get a tip, Angela. I spent around almost $200 in that restaurant that night. It was me, my daughter, her husband, my son, and my daughter's friend who was, he worked in the airport tower, or the tower at the airport where they conduct traffic for the airplanes coming in and out. My daughter had invited him, so I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that I was paying for. That was my Christmas present to them, was Christmas dinner. You would have just walked out without paying. But, I just couldn't believe he did that. Well, Uncle BB, I want my meat to be killed. I want my meat killed if I'm going to eat it. I don't want it still alive. Yeah, I should have. $200 is a lot. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot for 5 people, but still $200 is $200. But I told my son, I've told everybody at the table, I said, I'll never come back here. If they can't do a small request like taking that prime rib and putting it on the grill, just leaving it a couple of minutes each side, they don't need my business. And they've never gotten it again either. House we went to. Am I cutting out and coming back in, y'all? I don't know what armadillo tastes like. I've never eaten armadillo, and I don't think I want to try any. Don't think I want to try any. Got 57 in the house. Dennis said it tastes like chicken. I guess you've eaten it then. Yeah, I should have gone to Red Lobster. But Outback Steakhouse usually has good service, but not that night. Not with that waiter. I mean, it could have been because they had a lot of customers. It was Christmas or Christmas Eve. But still, that was a small request, and it wouldn't have taken him 10, 15 minutes to do it. But I've eaten every prime rib I've ever eaten in my life with it grilled a little bit on each side before I eat it. And my son-in-law had never had one that way. And he said, well, you kept saying it tastes so good just to grill it a little bit. Just enough to kind of get it browned on each side. He said the next time he went to a restaurant and he ordered prime rib, he asked the waiter if he would do that. And he said the waiter did. He took the prime rib, threw it on the grill, just left it a couple of minutes on each side, just enough to brown it just a tiny bit, and brought it back to him. He said, oh my God, you're so right. He said that was the best prime rib I've ever eaten in my life. And he said from now on, that's probably the way I'm going to get mine. I'll order prime rib, and then when they bring it to me, I'm going to ask them just to throw it on the grill and cook it just a couple of minutes on each side and then bring it back to me. Yeah, bacon makes everything good. She's working a lot. She just had a birthday June 13th. You like bacon wrapped bacon? Well, that's a whole lot of bacon, Dennis. I'd rather wrap my bacon in something a little different, not bacon wrapped bacon. But I mean, I love bacon. I could eat my weight in bacon. But prime rib is not cheap. And you order a prime rib, you want it done the way you want to eat it. And I thought he was real rude, not wanting to take that prime rib and just throw it on the grill. Leave it for a couple of minutes, flip it over, leave it for a few minutes, and then bring it to me. I mean, what big deal was that? He acted like I was complaining that the steak wasn't cooked or something. But I told him no. I said, I know it's cooked. But I said, I like mine, my prime rib, just to take it and throw it on the grill, leave it for a couple of minutes on each side, and then eat it. It's so good that way. Oh, prime rib wrapped in bacon and thrown on the grill after the prime rib is cooked the way they do it. And then wrap it in bacon and then put it back on there and cook it till the bacon's done. Oh my God. That would be like you're in heaven eating that. And the fact is, I have not had a prime rib since then. I was afraid, I guess, I'd get in another restaurant that would refuse to do it, and then it would really make me mad. The restaurant that I ate my first one at was here in Granbury, but it's not here anymore. That restaurant closed up. And I don't know why. They had really good food. They even had escargot, which I would never eat. I don't care what they call it, how much you pay for it. I don't want escargot. I don't want snails. I am not putting them in my mouth. I'm sorry. I got them all over my garden. And somebody said, well, you could sell them. I said, well, you tell me who wants to buy them. They can come get all they want and pay me for them. Bacon wrapped bacon with bacon grease dribbled all over. Escargot wrapped in bacon. Now, I would try one like that. I don't know. I doubt it. I'd probably unwrap it and get rid of the escargot, the snail, and eat the bacon. Bacon wrapped bacon with bacon and more bacon. You just fry you a pound of bacon, Dennis, and eat it. Be done with it. I know, July came and gone. It's gone already. Can't believe it. I got to come up with another grilling video, I guess. But I'm not going to do it if it's 100 degrees outside. Wait till a day it's down to about 89. And then I'll have to put my fan out there. Oh, don't I wish I could get rid of these allergies. Yeah, I remember you telling me about getting that early birthday present, Joshua. July took forever. Well, we'll see how fast August goes. We haven't even had summer weather up till now. And now we're getting typical heat for Texas. My son just got a rectig grill. I don't know what that is. Some kind of grill. I asked him to quick grill me a prime rib. I don't remember how they cook prime ribs. They cook them real slow somehow. I don't know. But they look like almost like raw meat when you go to eat them, even though they've been cooked. But if you ever get prime rib, don't forget what I said. Ask them if they will do it for you, just to put it on the grill. And it's not enough to cook it or change it a lot. It's just enough to brown it a little bit on the outside, both sides, and then eat it and see how much difference it does. It makes a world of difference in that prime rib. And I guarantee you, if you ever eat one like that, you will never eat just a plain prime rib again. You'll always want them to put it on the grill. Yeah, I don't know exactly how they do the prime rib. It's some kind of slow cook. But it just puts it over the top if you grill each side of it real quick. I mean, I know people don't believe me because they like prime rib the way they get it, but I guarantee you, if you ever try one to put it on the grill and do like I said, just brown it each side, just a couple of minutes, you'll never eat just plain prime rib again. You'll always want it kind of browned on the grill, and then you'll eat it. It makes a world of difference in the flavor. It just puts it over the top. My son-in-law agreed with me. He said, "You're right." He said, "That was the best prime rib I've ever eaten in my life." Yeah, enjoy the heat because winter's going to get here soon enough. And after this summer, with all the rain and everything, I have no idea what our winter time is going to be like. And the tsunami, the earthquake in, what was it, in Russia, and the waves and everything hitting Florida and Hawaii and California. It doesn't look like it's caused too much flooding or damage, but some areas have flooded, like the hotels in Hawaii, the rooms that are on the ground floor, there was a lot of those that got flooded. They got water in them. But I haven't heard of any loss of life or anything. I don't think it got that bad. Gladys says, "I wish I had a bacon and tomato sandwich right now with mild horseradish too." It's 104 now at 10:03 p.m. where Dennis is in Florida. Well, it's dropped down to 91 here. And I think it's supposed to hit about 105 tomorrow. But then in the next few days, the temperature's going to cool off a little. But I don't think we're even have a chance of rain till like next Friday, a week from now. Not tomorrow, about a week from now is our first chance of rain, unless we get just a spur of the moment thunderstorm. Dennis said, "I wish Gladys was here right now. I'd make her a sandwich." I might check my garden tomorrow and see if I've got another ripe tomato out there that's big enough that I can make a tomato sandwich. I know I've got still some cherry and grape tomatoes, but they're really too little to try to make a sandwich. I mean, I could cut each one in half and fill up a slice of bread, put bacon on it, and have me a BLT. 19 degrees, nice and cool for the first time in 3 weeks. Oh my God. Where are you, Chill? I forgot. 19 degrees. Woo. That is cold. Okay, Jesse Brown. Well, I'm glad you could come to our live. You go and have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And have a blessed day tomorrow. We still got 49 people here. You're a cattle farmer. What type of cattle do you have on your farm, Jesse? If he's not gone already. Cattle. I guess that's cows and bulls and steers and Canada, Montreal. Do the Celsius farmer conversion, huh? Well, he said degrees. That's the reason I said that's awfully cold. He didn't say 19 Celsius. 19 Celsius, what would that be, like in the 40s or 50s maybe? Jesse says, I'm an old girl, not guy. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I never know. There's no picture there, so I didn't know if Jesse was female or male. Cold, yeah. Well, I tell you what, on these 101, 105 degree days, I could use a good cold day. But after one cold day of that kind of temperature, I'd be ready for it to be hot again. I'll put one up tomorrow, honey. Oh, your picture. Talking about a picture. Yeah, I've heard of him. Of Steve Jobs. I don't know much about him. Yeah, farming keeps you strong and healthy and puts good food in your belly. Especially if you butcher your own cattle and have your steaks and your hamburger and your stew meat and all that good stuff. Dennis, you didn't buy your glasses yet. What are you waiting for, Christmas? Well, Tamara Aimling was the winner of our plaque, our Little Buddy and Lucky YouTube Stars plaque. So I'm going to get that in the mail, hopefully in the morning. Maybe I'll make it to the post office tomorrow morning. And we'll have to come up with some more contests similar to that, I guess. Oh, you sell them at auction. You don't ever butcher any to put in the freezer? Yeah, farming's not too bad as long as you got some good workers to do a lot of it. You charge by the pound. I know, but you do put some of that meat that you raise on your farm in your own freezer, don't you? I mean, that'd be a shame if you raised cattle and then you just sold them by the pound at market and you never kept any to put in your own freezer. You do it all, Jesse? Wow. It's a lot of work. I don't know. Jesse said it was a female. Didn't she say that? Here. She says, I'm an old girl, not a guy. Jessie says she's a girl. She's a female. Okay, see, 19 degrees Celsius is about 66 Fahrenheit. Hey, 66 would feel good. A day or two of 66-degree weather after 105, 101. Cherokee Indian. Okay. Yeah, but I'll tell you, if I raise cattle to sell for market, I'd have to at least put one in my own freezer a year so I could have some fresh beef in my own freezer to eat through the winter months or through any months. Uncle BB said, meant to say Dad loved rare red meat. I don't want it rare. Well, usually in Texas, it might be about 5 or 10 degrees humidity, if that. And here, when we had all that rain, it was like 83% humidity. Yeah, I know that. But, depends on what kind of device you have, Joshua. You can only adjust the video quality to a certain point. It just depends on what device you're adjusting. Well, thank you, Jesse. All right, you have a blessed night, Jesse. Maybe we'll see you next time. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Don't work too hard. And Ann's in the house. She got new glasses yesterday. Hot pink frames. Wow. Finally coughed that up. Kept gagging me. Josh was listening on his iPad. Yeah, hot pink, girl. You're styling. Oh, Chill says, I really enjoy your streams, but how many miss the Thursday night trivia game Linda used to do? Well, we might start that up again sometime. So many people were leaving because when we'd start playing that sometimes I wondered if a lot of people wanted to play or not. No, it wasn't a cat fur ball, Dennis. But sometimes I cough and there's really nothing to cough up. And other times there is, but I just can't get it coughed up. It's like a fur ball, it stays there. And sometimes I'll cough because the nerves in my neck will flutter from my neck surgery injury. It has nothing to do with my allergies or anything else. It's just the nerves. They'll flutter in my neck and tickles, and I'll end up coughing from it. I've got a scanner on my phone, but I don't think it's a finger scanner. A fingerprint scanner. No, I don't have that. Uncle BB said Mom would say you put it on the spit before you're leaving the shop. He said it's better that way. We went through this every week. What are you talking about putting on the spit? Put it on the spit. My phone does. I've got fingerprint. Instead of using like a password to get into some things on my phone, it uses fingerprint. So I guess you'd say mine does have a fingerprint scanner because it takes my fingerprint to get into like bank accounts and different things. I don't use a password to get in. Actually, I log on to my phone, like when it's dormant, it just has the black screen. I can put my thumb on the bottom of it. It'll see my thumbprint and it'll unlock my phone. So I guess that's what you were asking me, and I didn't realize it. And I've got my bank account that way. I think Capital One card that way. Yeah, I could have face recognition or voice. But I chose the fingerprint. I said I could get sick and get real hoarse sounding and try to unlock my phone with my voice, and it may not recognize it, not let me in. So I said my fingerprint would be better. Your dad uses Face ID to unlock his phone. I could, but like I said, I chose to use fingerprint. That way nobody else's fingerprint's going to match mine. And nobody can get in my phone except me. All right, Tamara, well, we're going to get out of here. We've been on here for over 2 hours. I'm not going to make it 3 or 2.5. I'm tired as well. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming into my live this evening. I've enjoyed it so much. I love having all of you in here. I'm blessed to have subscribers like I do that take the time to come into my lives, take the time to watch my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. So y'all have a blessed night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And I will see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye.